Do you ever have too many projects you just don't even know where to start some days? That's where I'm at today. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is just one of those days that I'm trying to figure out what I'm even going to do today. I've got plenty to do, that's for sure. One of my little projects is setting up my engine test stand. Not that I need it right now, but I do have a project coming up here soon that I will like to play with it with. But not a high priority. About the only thing left that I want to do to Squeaky at the moment is maybe go steal the tailgate off of my son's step side that's just sitting in my barn not doing anything right now. I think I might steal his tailgate, so at least I have a tailgate on Squeaky. Thought about maybe putting headers on him too. I've got some headers I've got set up there to choose from. Another set up there, just some random, I had no idea what they're off of. Just bought them at a swap meet last summer. It's a nice day outside. Got the proper grill and Squeaky now. Got a 77 through 79 grill in him. He's looking a lot better. It's just one of those days I'm not sure what to do. We got a little bit of stuff I'd like to do to Buddy here. Just not sure if I feel like doing it. I'll just kind of show you what I need to be doing to him. Two big things on the list for Buddy is heater core, because he don't have any heat right now, and also these are the spider gears out of his front end, or what's left of them. And that one's got teeth missing, 3 teeth missing. That one's got half a tooth missing, and that's what's left of the pin. I couldn't find the rest of it. I mean, I found it out of the differential, but I've misplaced it since then. It's been like that for quite a while now. But it's a Dana 44 in the front of him, because that's what he had when I bought him 17 years ago. I've got another Dana 60 to put in the front of him, but I just haven't got around to getting the gears, because I'm going to re-gear him. He's got 373s now. I'm going to put either 456 or 488s. That'll be real good with them tall tires, and eventually I'm going to be putting a NV 4500 in him, so I'll have overdrive. And with the 488s and overdrive, it'll get me about the same ratio I'm at now with the 373s and 37-inch tires, which cruises great down the highway. Just if you put a real heavy load or pull a trailer, you just kind of gutless, even with that big block. So I might pull some. I've only got one Dana 44 to pull any gears out of. It's out of an old International pickup. I'm not sure if they're the same. Not sure if I feel like crawling around underneath. Just find out right now. But just for a short-term fix, maybe put some spider gears in Buddy. I don't know what I'm going to do today. Just stick around. We'll figure out something to play with. We'll take a walk out here to the lean-to where my oldest son Clayton, you've seen him on some of the videos. This is his little 79 short bed. He bought it a few years ago, and we've kind of haven't done much with him yet. He's got a 350 that is questionable whether it's ever going to run again. A T5 5-speed out of a Camaro or Firebird. And it's been lowered a little bit. Can't hardly see. I got a bunch of junk out here. I sort of keep the four-wheelers and my mower and other stuff. Not a bad old truck. See if I can trip over everything. Hopefully you can kind of see. I've got an okay tailgate. At least it's a tailgate. Rusty. I don't think there's just a bit of paint on it. It's got some spots of rust on it. I brought some wrenches out with me. I'll see if I can maybe pull this thing off of there, and we'll stick it on squeaky. I don't think Clayton will mind. I think he'll be happy it's actually getting used. Of course, for those of you who've never messed with the tailgate on a step side, the trunnions here just got a bolt going through the bed side, and you got to unbolt one side or the other to get it to come off. These look like they're bent a little bit. I may try to tweak them. I'll probably take this side off, stick that tailgate on, and see how it looks. This one's looks like it's still got the factory chains on there. Get some WD Slick 'em Up juice. About out. Oh. I've got my trunnion in my vise here. I'm going to clean the threads up with the tap. These are 7/16 by whatever thread, 14 coarse thread. Blow that out. Some anti-sneeze on there. Maybe a wham packer. There we go. Hit with an impact, and it'll tighten it up. Check that out. So I'll make sure this other side's tight. Tight enough. I forgot to put my lock washer on. Dadgummit. Boom. Cool. Alright, progress. Got something done today. This tailgate is pretty rough shape. And I think I'm going to leave it that way. Kind of goes along with everything else this truck has going on cosmetically. Maybe one of these days I'll clean him up, but not on my priority list. Very low on the priority list. Well, that's done. I'm going to see what else I can tear up. Well, I decided to go ahead and bring Buddy in. Pull the cover off so I can refresh my memory on where we're at on the front end. I can't remember if the side gears are still in there or what all's going on. As you can see, I don't have a whole lot of clearance getting him into the shop. I mean, it's about an inch. I've got to let all the air out of my airbags. Luckily, I don't have to let the tires down or take air out of the tires to get him in here, but it's close. Hopefully, I've got the camera where you can see everything halfway decent. It's not perfect, but that one went very tight. And once again, I'm using my 1/2 inch impact. If y'all ain't got one of these, it's just a wobble socket. I've got 1/2 inch and 3/8. I don't know if I got a 1/4 inch one or not, but these things are real handy. It's supposed to be impact rated, so I haven't broke it yet. If you don't have them, get them. I think that one's from a local parts store, O'Reilly's. I'm not sure where my other one come from, a 3/8. It's just a cheap one. Got a couple more bolts left. I'm gonna grab a tub just in case there's any fluid in there so I don't get it all over my floor. I should have swept my floor before I started this. It's awful dusty. Shouldn't be stuck too hard because I just bolted it back on last time. I guess it's got a little bit of lube in there. Get there, I put my tub there. See some of the carnage that's happened. You can kind of see the pinion gear back up in there that's a little chewed up. Carrier's a little chewed up right here. There's my side gears are still just in there. And all I did was pull the spider gears out. Oh, that was missing some teeth. That's not good. That one's missing a couple teeth. Huh. I'm not sure. I'll have to pull the whole dadgum front end apart to get these apart, I think. I really don't want to do that today. So we have decided that since this front end's pretty well trashed anyways, and it's a kind of a temporary fix, just so I can have four-wheel drive if I do need it, I'm going to go ahead and just weld the gears. Yeah, I don't suggest it on a Dana 44 with stock axle shafts and running 37s in a 7,500 pound truck with a big block and a heavy foot, because once you weld those together, the front end will be solid, and axle shafts or little bitty U-joints on the end, you'll find a weak link somewhere else, that's for sure. But this is just going to be a temporary fix just to get me by, so I will have four-wheel drive if I do need it. And if I do use it, I will try to be smart about it. That usually don't work out. So I'll get this all cleaned out with some brake cleaner, and we'll go from there. Pretty much get everything cleaned up with some brake cleaner for the most part. Getting ready to start sticking stuff in there and welding it together. It's not going to be pretty, but it should work for the time being. Of course, first thing you need to do if you're going to do any welding on any vehicle is to disconnect the battery. We've got the battery negative side disconnected. And if you're going to weld the front differential, or even put a spool or anything in there, the biggest common mistake I've seen people trying to do that, and they say they have problems with the front end, you know, being hard to steer or not even steering at all, which it'll do that anyways. It'll be a little bit hard to steer whenever you get it locked. But the main thing is you've got to get your axle shafts phased in line. You see the way I've got my stub shaft going to my hub facing that way, and on the other end I've got it facing the same way. That way your U-joints, your axle shaft U-joints, are in line, so whenever you go to turn your tires, those U-joints will turn at the same rate and not bind up your axle shaft. Now, they're not perfect. I didn't put anything on them to really check them. I'm just eyeballing it. You just got to get it really close to be able to not have a lot of binding in your steering. It's still going to be a little bit tough, but it's not going to bind up to where you can't turn at all. So we'll get some chunks of metal stuck in there, the gear stuck in there. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly, but we're just going to start welding stuff up and make it solid. And so far I've got this gear tacked in on the other side. I've got my other spider gear in there in place where it's supposed to be. From here it's just going to be all weld them good solid there. Probably weld the side gears to the carrier. Probably put a piece of flat plate or something in between all these and weld it up solid. And all I've got for a welder is a stick welder, TIG stick combo. I'm using 6011 1/8 inch rod, cranked up, burn it in hot. Well, I've welded about all I'm going to weld on it. It is not pretty by any means, but I think it will serve its purpose. The main purpose being if I need to put it in 4-wheel drive just to get out of a tight spot, I could use it. Other than that, I'm not going to use it unless I have to. So we'll get it all cleaned up, get our cover glued back on and bolted back on, fill it full of lube, and should be ready to try out. Yeah, we got done with Buddy. There's Shellman. Say hi, Shellman. Hi. You're supposed to say hi, Shellman. Man, I haven't taught you guys nothing. Anyways, we got done with Buddy. The 4-wheel drive works now. It pops and cracks. It don't like it. I got a U-joint, axle shaft U-joint that's pretty dry, so it pops and cracks. But at least it works if I need to use them for something. Feed critters or get something else unstuck. Or take them to town when it's snowing. Anyways, got that done. What else we do? Adjusted the power steering belt. Fixed the headlight that decided to quit working, and then when I was working on it, the adjuster nut broke and it turned into a big mess. So got that fixed. A couple other little adjustments on Buddy that I've been wanting to do, and now we're just going to clean up shop. So even though at the beginning of this day I really didn't know what I was going to do, didn't feel like doing anything, we got quite a bit accomplished. Got tailgate on Squeaky and a bunch of stuff done on Buddy. So now we're just going to spend the rest of the evening cleaning up shop. So I guess until next time, we'll see y'all later.